Speaking of awesome, did either of you watch the Mae Young Classic yet?
No, I haven't actually got around to it.
No.
Have you?
Neither have I.
Oh my god, the last match in round 1. Oh, she's a pirate.
Oh. This is where your Asian fetish comes in again, isn't it?
No, she's a pirate, Hans.
Pirate fetish.
Is she or is she not an Asian pirate, though?
That's just a coincidence.
I would seriously be concerned next time you're home that Alex is going to try to sleep with you.
He's not a pirate?
Could be. Could sail over.
Stick a wee eye patch on him, wee weird hat.
Hey, she didn't wear an eye patch.
Just not a real pirate then, is she?
She came out with like a whale. And
like a real wheel.
Just dragging it along. Fucking way. Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Not So Super Bashers Presents Game Club for August 2017. Yes, we are back with Game Club, the monthly video podcasty thing where we each take a turn picking a game, play it, and come back and discuss it for your listening pleasure. This month was Hollow Knight, the 2D hand-drawn Metroidvania game by Team Cherry. And as always, I am the hollowest of knights, Nick Davis. Joined as ever by the loyalist of squires, Mr. Hans Davis.
What about you?
The lordiest of kings, Alex Proudfoot.
how you doing?
And the funniest of jesters, I.Y. Chung.
Hello.
We're back!
New month, new game club.
Woo!
All the birthdays.
Oh god, yeah. We have we've had my birthday, we've had Alex's birthday.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure
and
we recorded before Alex's birthday as well, so my birthday...
and then your birthday's tomorrow.
Fuck yeah. I gotta buy buns.
Sorry, IY.
Aww.
I have to buy buns to bring into work.
It's so backwards that.
What is everyone gonna bring you in buns? That's just silly. That's a lot of buns, Hans.
That is.
I don't know about you, but I can't handle that many buns.
Yeah,
just buy one of those caterpillar cakes.
No,
do not get him started.
Heather's
God.
buying me one of those tomorrow.
His exact words to me were, I'm going to bring the face into work and eat it in front of everyone to establish dominance.
I don't think that's how dominance works.
Or I was going to do what Thompson did and just eat a whole one while high.
No, that's
I forgot about that.
That sounds a lot better.
I still have a picture of that, and it's all of us, and then you just see Thompson in the corner with a goofy grin in his face holding a half-eaten caterpillar
I'm
cake.
pretty sure he starts sobbing halfway through the cake.
He
I'm pretty
It's
sure
a
he realizes
lot
he
of
can't
cake.
handle it and starts sobbing.
It's a lot of cake to eat, to be fair.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Or
Or do them and make hilarious moments for everyone else.
Yes! August was Alex's turn to pick a game, and he picked Hollow Knight, the 2D...
I.
Dude, come on. Interrupting my flow here.
Damn right.
The 2D...
What I pick next?
God damn it. I should just mute you guys when I'm trying to talk.
It's like once an episode, it's so good.
Hollow Knight is a 2D hand-drawn Metroidvania game, first released
You already did
on
this.
February 24th, 2017 on PC, with a Switch release coming out soon.
Did you not already describe it earlier?
Yeah, but I gotta set it up.
Alright, okay.
I gotta set up the game before I can do the titles, because then the titles don't make sense.
Okay.
Then I gotta recap. Come on, I gotta flow.
Wait, what? Is it actually coming out on the Switch?
Yeah. Confirmed for a Switch release coming out soon.
Oh, fair enough.
As always, 3 categories. I have gameplay, I have art style, and I have plot. And I will start this off by saying, I assume everyone played it on PC since that's the only place it's out.
Yep.
Yep.
And I probably played about, maybe at a push, 5 hours. Hans?
I got to the first boss and maybe played for an hour after that.
Alex? Sorry, I just burped.
I have clocked 19 hours in it.
Did you finish the game in that 19 hours?
Nope.
Hour?
I've clocked 15 hours.
And I assume you
I
did
have not finished it.
Oh, Jesus. It's a long ass for a Metroidvania game.
But we can see the end. Alex and I, we can see the end.
I mean, yeah, so can I on YouTube. So yes, we will kick things off with probably one of those key things in a lot of Metroidvania games, and that is the gameplay. So I've made a few notes. I think, as a Metroidvania game, I think it's all the key ingredients to be a Metroidvania game, I think, are there. I just think a lot of them are poorly implemented. I think the exploration can actually be really annoying at times, and I think the combat is kind of loose to be really enjoyable. The whole idea of, get new things to unlock new areas, that's still there, but those other two aspects of it just really dragged down the gameplay for me.
So you didn't like the combat, and you didn't like the exploration?
I really didn't. I thought I have a reason for not liking the exploration, but I'll get into it with the art because it kind of ties in a lot with the art style. But the other reason I didn't really like it was I think the map was really bad for a Metroidvania game. Because typically Metroidvania games kind of have grid-based maps, because a lot of the ideas before was Metroid, you'd actually literally sit and draw out the maps yourself on like a fucking squared paper. And because I think the maps kind of play fast and loose with the size of them in this, it kind of made it hard because initially in the game you don't have the ability to see where you are on the map. And I think it kind of really hurt it that it made it so difficult to figure out where you were. Because the map also doesn't fill in as you go along until you buy a certain item.
You get it so fast. You get both of those abilities so fast.
Not necessarily, though, because it actually happened to me. You have to find, was it a mole or something, who's charting out the area. But the thing is, you have to, essentially when you first drop down in the well, there's two ways to go. And if you go one way, yes, you do find the mole character very fast, so you can go back and get your charting supplies. But I went the wrong way, and you essentially do the first area, a whole loop of the first area without a map or without really knowing which direction you're going. That can be really frustrating.
I killed the first boss before I found that guy. I
think it would have been better if, as you're doing your wee thing through the you walk through the town first, just let the map shop be open right away. I think that would have kind of helped that issue.
Well, I mean, there is very obvious hints to where he is.
Such as?
He hums, and you can hear his hums through different zones, and there's paper trails.
Paper, yeah. This mainly the paper that goes between zones. But I appreciate you don't know that at the start, though. At the start, yeah. I can appreciate that. I think their comments are actually solid for the start of the game. My actually issue with the mapping bit is that I don't like, for those who don't know, the only form of customization is that you put on charms.
Yeah.
Right? Which augment your skills, kind of, right? But to put yourself on the map, you have to use up one of your slots.
Originally, I'll admit, I just missed it in the description somewhere. I really didn't realize that was a charm, and was wondering why the fuck I couldn't see myself on the map after I bought that.
Yeah. I know that's an issue everyone has with the compass.
I didn't realize it was a charm, and then spent the next hour and a half having this, and it's why am I not on this fucking map?
Yeah, I know a lot of people who played this were why couldn't this just be a passive thing, and why is it taking up one of my slots?
Yeah, while we're still talking about the map, the only other thing I don't like is because I don't play many Metroidvania games, so this was actually quite a new experience for me. But I think in some of them, correct me if I'm wrong, but some of them, whenever you hit a wall where you need a new power, do they not usually mark it? Yeah.
Yes.
So that whenever you do get the power.
Probably my biggest frame of reference and you'll probably hear me reference back one of them quite a lot, is Dust and Elysian Tale. And Shadow Complex are probably my two biggest references for Metroidvania games, and both of those will Dust will highlight it saying there is still stuff you haven't collected in this area, which is probably a big hint that you need a new power, while Shadow Complex will straight up say you need this power to get through this door.
Side note, Dust is an awesome game.
Yes,
Dust
it is.
Yes.
But yeah, that is I would say that is probably nowadays a staple in the Metroidvania stuff. Like that you tend to like highlight areas that you need new powers to get through.
Yeah, like the new thing now is kind of color coding your powers to kind of look like the same thing. So like say, oh, this power, I glow pink when I do it, and then usually like highlight the door with some sort of pink object to kind of like signify the connection between the two. So yeah, like something like that would have been pretty good.
Yeah, it was mainly just the whole like, because I've spent a lot of time in the game just looking at the map, trying to find spots I haven't drawn in, like looking all around the edges, because I can't quite, because you'll get a new power and you'll be like, wait, I know a bit where that is useful, but I don't remember where it is. And it can get kind of annoying having to sort of go around to make sure.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot nicer if the breakable ground stuff appeared, because I could not remember where I found all the breakable stuff.
Like, if the map had, like, if it always tracked you, and if it, like, filled in as you went, I feel like it would have made exploration, for me personally, like, 1,000 times more bearable.
Well, I don't mind the fact that it didn't fill in as you go, because... Or
at least, like, every time you, like, I know you buy an item and every time you rest, isn't it? It fills in the areas you've been.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like those rest things weren't often enough for that to be handy.
I can see what they were going for. Is like, you can't do this while you're running about fighting stuff, and you can only really do it when you sit down and have a rest. Is when you like draw the map out.
But I feel like I never saw enough of those rest things to make that feel like it was useful.
Oh, there's plenty.
I think in my time playing, I maybe saw 3.
You didn't play it for that very long.
True.
So,
can we talk about combat, or do we want to stay? Maybe it's going back to Dust, but I felt the combat was very sparse. I felt like it was very much just right X for attack, and then you kind of jump about. Maybe it's just from how the gameplay looked via the trailer, because obviously I watched the trailer while editing the video. But like, I understand, yes, you'll obviously get your more powers and stuff like that as you go along, but to me, I felt I was expecting like a combo system from the gameplay I watched. I don't know why, but just the combat looked from the trailer like a combo system, and because I was expecting that, I think I went in and it just felt very bare bonesy.
I think what you were looking for, Hans, because you mentioned Dust and you saying Dust is praise. I think what you're more into is a brawler, because a brawler has a combo system and has things like that. This is very much a quite not super precise. We're not talking Dark Souls here, right? But like,
dude, let's talk Dark Souls.
I'll
talk Dark Souls all day.
But as soon as you get like, I think the big thing about this game is that the controls are actually very tight. This is one of the few games where I've seen in a long time where your jump height is determined by how long you hold the button. Like, that's actually very precise. And like, whenever you get the dash and stuff and you fight some of the other bosses, like, it actually gets, like, it's not like this flashy, you know, look how much damage I can do. It's all very like meticulous and like finding your openings, which I think is actually really cool. But yes, but you are correct though in that, to be honest, the combat does not really extend further than dodge stuff, then swing your sword. It doesn't really get that much further. So I can appreciate that. But like
it felt, maybe my issue with the combat was more, it always felt like you were reacting rather than being proactive. Like, you were always just, alright, this guy's going to attack, I'm going to dodge, get in a couple of hits. He's going to attack again, I'm going to dodge, get in a couple of hits. Like, I never felt like I could set up something to like get in there and like stagger him or something like that.
Oh, I thought that was great. I think it's really satisfying. Like,
there are some instances where you can use your abilities to stagger them.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that there's a beetle boss that burrows underground and like charges you. If you use your slam, you stun him.
Yeah. I did not know that. I beat him down the old-fashioned way.
So it's there are opportunities there. It's just finding them, and it doesn't hold your hand through the boss fights. It is a very, here's a boss, go learn it.
Oh yeah, the boss fights I've done were like easily the 2 best bits. Like I did. Is it 3 boss? Maybe I did 3 boss fights. I can't remember.
The normal enemies do start to like you have to know how to deal with them later on. The first area is very simple. Yeah. Like it is very. Oh, this is a nice wee beginning for you. You know, have fun, and then it's like, here's all the hard stuff later on. It is like, and the enemy variety is actually quite amazing because there's actually so many different types and different attacks and stuff that all the enemies do. So it is. You do get a chance to like set up stuff once you know what the enemy does. You can go into an area and just like jump all over the place, killing everything instead of having to react to what they're doing. Reaction. I think the initial combat with all the enemies is absolutely fine because it's a learning thing. I think the combat's very based on you learn what they do, and then once you learn what they do, you can then just deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, I'm happy to admit, I did not play a lot of the game, so it's probably very obvious that the combat will get deeper and stuff. It doesn't make a great first impression, I think.
That's fair. I do recall whenever I was first playing it, like, all the enemies, all they do is just walk at you.
Yeah. Like, one of them jumps. That's why the difference.
Oh, yeah, one of them jumps.
The early enemies are very simplistic.
I think it is a game that does get better.
Yeah.
Which is actually quite interesting to say because a lot of games tend to
start strong.
Yeah, and then so it's a nice change.
Is there anything else about gameplay before we move on?
Okay, so this is a personal thing, right? This is a personal thing, right? But so I appreciate the Metroidvania game, so you have to backtrack.
Yep.
The only thing I don't like about platforming are games that make you go down. Right, and what I mean by that, right, is whenever games like to have spike traps everywhere, and you have to stop at each platform. But no, but that's the thing. That breaks.
I know it doesn't go down far enough.
Because I remember in one area, right, I just started to just stop on each platform, look down, see the next platform, walk across, and like it really breaks up.
Yeah.
You know the game.
Just fall.
And, well, that's the thing because that's what you do the first time. And then you die.
It's like, man, you can just get your health back. It's fine.
It's the 2D equivalent of those old Crash Bandicoot levels where you ran at the camera.
I know, yeah. No, essentially. Like, but I appreciate that's sort of like how a 2D game is. Yeah. But whenever you're forced to backtrack, it becomes... it's a bit annoying. But that's like a personal gripe. It's not really anything to do with this game specifically.
Okay, so art style. Obviously it's all hand drawn. I think the art style is incredibly nice and it's actually really cohesive. Like I think a lot of the insect designs are like quite clever. My biggest issue, and as I said, this kind of ties in with the exploration stuff, I think there isn't a lot of defining features in each individual area. So it kind of makes, as I always said, like backtracking and stuff, it gets very, and the idea of not having a map all the time, it's kind of hard. It's very easy to lose your way a bit. And like, was I this area before? Did I accidentally backtrack and like end up where I was? Because I think a lot of the areas are maybe missing a bit of, like, each screen could maybe use a bit of individuality.
Oh, I can appreciate that. Like, there was very much a theme per area.
Yeah, like I get it. Like the brief bit of the second area I played, like it looked like it was completely different. Like the main color,
just like Gauntlet, yeah.
Shut the fuck
up. But Gauntlet did that. Yay! It did. You had the Egyptian, and then you had Dragon Bones, and then you had some other shit because we didn't get that far. Gauntlet did that. Woo! Gauntlet.
I did it really badly because I didn't notice it.
Stop trying to make Gauntlet a thing.
See what we thought about the game in our other episode.
Put a link on the screen, Hans.
Yeah, sorry. Future Hans edits the episodes, not me.
Alright, sorry. Future Hans, get on it.
But yeah, I thought like each individual area itself maybe could have used a bit of like each screen could have maybe used a bit more like landmarks or individuality just to kind of make like getting around them a bit easier, and especially if you don't really have that map straight away and figure out where you are in the map straight away, it would have made it that first area maybe a bit easier to get into.
I think the art style looked really good in game, but the opening cutscene, maybe it was just by computer, I'll admit that, but the frame rate on it was fucking atrocious, and it kind of looked like something you could find on Newgrounds or something like that. It looked really bad. In game, I thought it looked great, but I don't know. Just the opening cutscene, like I said, maybe it was my computer, but it looked really almost amateur-esque, to be honest.
I don't recall that, and it's really funny because I ended up seeing the cutscene twice.
Yeah, I saw it twice as well.
Why did you guys see the opening cutscene twice?
I don't know.
If start a new game.
Oh yeah, I did that. Right. So here's an issue, right? So I'm guessing what happened is, Alex, did you play with a controller?
Yeah.
Okay, so what ends up happening is, it's one of those games where both your mouse and keyboard is active with your controller. So whenever you're using the controller on the menu screen, you hit continue game, but your mouse cursor is highlighting a different save file whenever it loads into that. So whenever you're used to just pressing A right away,
yep,
because your mouse is hovering over a different save slot, you actually start a new game.
Yep. That's what I did.
I'm glad we had the same issue.
Yeah. It wasn't a big deal. It only happened once. So.
And then you learnt your lesson.
Yep.
I did.
Yep. Yeah. No, I think the art style is amazing.
Yeah, I think it's incredible.
Are we including music in this section?
Yeah, sure.
Music is also incredible.
We'll make it a general style section.
Yeah. No, I think the music is also like really cool. Like it's one of those things where like I can't. I'm not gonna point at each individual track.
Yeah.
But like, I think it just brings it all together really nicely.
Yeah. It is very. It does mesh in well with the actual like game. It is very. It flows the same way, and it's very nice.
Also, bugs.
Yes.
Right. That's an interesting theme,
someone
shall we
who
say?
doesn't like bugs would hate this game.
Or love it because you're killing them.
Ooh.
But you are a bug.
But you are one.
It's fine. It's like Batman, right? He becomes what he fears.
Bugman. Beady eyes.
There are no eyes.
My biggest issue is, I know I hate like doing it constantly, but I keep comparing it back to Dust because they're very similar, and I think Dust has more interesting art in the grand scheme. Like
Nick's
overall.
into furries.
Maybe secretly I am into furries.
Amy just gave me a funny look there.
Dust is a flashier game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's set in a very flashy setting, whereas this is set in a very dark,
this is a very
dreary
bleak
world.
and morbid world.
Yeah.
But see, I could understand if I was making that complaint, you can make that argument, but Nick is the sort of guy who likes Dark Souls, and he's still making that argument, so I feel like that's kind of a good point. If Nick
Guys, I like the Dark Souls being referenced. Hans, is your game Dark Souls, by any chance?
It's kind of open world, right?
Yes!
We're not talking... There is a segment called Next Game. We will discuss it then.
I'm pretty sure it's The Witcher.
We're not getting it now. We're not discussing it now.
GTA.
Next section. Come on.
You know
You're the
what?
host. Move this along.
All of us own GTA 5 though, so it's not that.
You know what
Wait,
else?
who said it was 5?
Oh!
Nick, can we move this along, please? Host, do you want to do something?
City.
Any final thoughts on the art style? Or style in general?
It looks good.
I really
really
like
nice.
the UI design, actually. I really like the ethereal, like, pure white menus. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, actually, I don't forgot about that bit. Yeah, no, that is good.
I also like how the inventory is laid out. You probably didn't look at the inventory, did you?
Not a lot, no.
Is it a very like?
It was very Zelda-esque, was it not?
I was about to say, like, is it like
old-style
Zelda?
games.
It is very. I don't know. I don't play Zelda. It is very sectioned.
Yeah.
Like there is the health upgrade, mana upgrade section, and then there's like a thing with all the powers and items you've obtained, and then the sellable items have a wee slot, and your weapon has a wee slot. And your nail abilities have a wee slot as well.
Your ability to nail?
No.
Mine, poor.
I've upgraded my ability to nail hands multiple
So
times.
have I. Only
Not
only
to the
once,
max.
though.
Not to the max, but yeah, I'm getting
Amy
there.
can attest to that.
Yeah.
Boys, I don't need the upgrade. I'm already at I'm constantly at max nailing capacity.
Oh, right, okay.
It's a shame you have no one to do it with. So the final section is plot, which I'm hoping IY and Alex can maybe shed a little line, because I actually thought they did set up a really nice world, and the like deep underlying like mystery of like what's really going on, who are all these people, and like why this like dungeon area end up like it is. I actually thought it was really cool, but obviously because I only didn't really enjoy the game to play with that much of it, I kind of didn't obviously see where that ended up. So shed some light on it.
I haven't finished it yet.
What has happened but the bits leading up to it.
Okay, so I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, there's not. It's still kind of a mystery
because
I'm guessing the
who is the Hollow Knight?
At the end.
Oh, there's actually a statue dedicated to the Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
and it's not you. Like, it's not a statue of you.
Oh yeah, I assumed you weren't the Hollow Knight.
Yeah, and like
there is a lot of like stuff in the world that has some backstory, but it's nothing like this is exactly what happened. This is why you're here. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
this sounds a lot like Dark Souls,
dude. It's got to be Dark Souls.
But it's essentially like, it was a thriving community because they had like tram lines and stuff which you can use, and then they had the stag tunnels which you can use. So it was, and then there's the city and like the palaces and stuff. Like there's a lot of buildings and foundations showing that there was a civilization there. And it's kind of hinted that all of the like bug people were the citizens at some stage, or like descendants of the citizens, or wary adventurers and stuff like that. It's like there's a lot of hints, but there's nothing concrete. And I feel like there's going to be a big payoff at the end of the game, which is what me and I were working on like 20 minutes before this started.
Because you better hope there better be a big payoff, or you're just gonna be really pissed off.
Yeah, because I want to point out something which I think is really good for the game. So Alex has put in a few more hours than me, yeah. Mm-hmm. But there's actually some areas he has not been in.
Yeah, I haven't been.
Oh,
like, you know, and we're talking like this is actually like a new zone, not here's a wee little tunnel he missed out. Like straight up, there is a zone he never went to.
Yeah.
And
there's some bits I've gone to. Alex, I think, is further out in the story.
We've both done completely different things.
Yeah.
And we have both obtained like different abilities and stuff. Like IY has more nail arts than me.
Do you think that's a case of these are
more nail arts?
Yeah.
Or do you think that's a case of optional areas, or or like did Alex go and do this? Did Alex go and do the story, and then will maybe go to the areas IY is now in as part of the story?
No, I think it was just a matter of like
because IY was technically ahead of me in the story.
Yes, I was at one point,
and I had more abilities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it is very. It isn't like you have to go do this, this, and this to open up all these areas. There are some areas where you need certain abilities, but a lot of the areas it's just like you can just go there and do it. Having the abilities helps, but you don't need them.
Yeah, and another point is that I don't know if you've done this, Alex. Have you used the Dream Nail?
Yes.
On enemies.
Yeah, it gives a wee text.
Yeah, so later on in the game, right, you get another weapon, let's call it, right? And you can hit enemies with it, and it gives you more soul if you do it, right? But the other interesting thing is that if you hit an enemy, a text box comes up telling you what they're thinking. So if you hit one of the guys in the city, who's like, one of like the rich people, if you hit him, I think he says something how like just like how poor you are and how you deserve to die. So like shit like that.
Yeah.
But
my favorite one was I hit the big dude with a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I hit him and he was like defend, defend, defend.
but it's like it's little things like that where it becomes kind of like Dark Souls, where like all these little bits of like world building are kind of hidden and not that obvious, but like doing that you see a lot. So we'll see what happens with the story part. But the world building I think is great, and like you run into some really interesting bugs.
Yeah, it does leave a lot open to interpretation, and I'm assuming it all like comes around at the end, and it's like some kind of concrete thing of like this has happened or this is what's happening, and then you can just work backwards from that and fill in yourself. But it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
That sounds like the EQ to start wrapping up.
Like overall, I think Alex and I just think it's genuinely a very good game.
Yeah. We didn't wrap it up yet. You wait your goddamn turn now.
We're not wrapping it up. We're just continuing the point.
For Nick to turn to you and go, "Why? What did you think of the game?"
Hey, but he didn't say just him. He said me as well, Hans.
Yeah.
That's okay. Nick will go, "Why and Alex? What did you think of the game?" And you should give a joint conclusion.
No, I won't. That's not how we do this.
That's where Nick just says, "No, I has no." I'm gonna say.
So all in all. Well, no, that's the wrong bit. Personally, I can see where some of the appeal in Hollow Knight is. It does, if you are really into, let's say, the hardcore exploration aspects of the Metroidvania games, it's probably a better fit than certain ones. Personally, it wasn't for me, but I can't, like, there is a stuff there. I still think the art style is fantastic. I think the world is fantastic, and I think a lot of the mystery and stuff they set up is fantastic. It's maybe just for me the gameplay side of things lets it down as a Metroidvania fan. Hans.
See, that's how it's done.
Why?
Yeah. No, I personally, this is not a game for me.
I did say,
like we discussed it all, like, you know, it's a slow start, but there's a reason why games are supposed to have a good opening 10 minutes. It's to get you hooked, and you know, this falls flat doing that. Not a Metroidvania fan. I feel like there are better ones out there. Dust, Elysian Tale. So yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend this game.
Hans is also interested in furries.
Alex?
Well, first I will say I did say Hans would not enjoy this game, so called it. Second, I also enjoyed Dust, but Dust is a very, well, similar, but the combat's not the same style. Like, Dust is a more brawler-esque combat system, where this is a very precise timing combat system. So, I think comparing the two combat systems is a bit wrong. Like, it can be done, and I can appreciate where you're coming from, but they're two completely different styles. And this would suit more of a, you know, the precise mechanic people who like that kind of stuff.
More of a Dark Souls style, if you will.
I actually really liked this game. Thought it was amazing. The mystery at the start kind of pulled me in, and it's still a mystery, and it's still pulling me in, even near 20 hours into it. It's pretty amazing.
Why?
I think it's a great game, even though I actually thought I would hate this. Also, Amy's also giving me the thumbs up. She enjoys watching me die lots in this game. But I actually think it's this really funny between, say, as we keep mentioning, like Dust and Dark Souls, where like Dust is this kind of a bit more arcadey and very bright and like kind of game, and you got Dark Souls, just this like nitty gritty, like better dodge this attack or else you die. But then in a game like this, where like you have the ability to recover health, at will, and like, but like has this like bit of precision involved. I think it's actually this great creation, and like, but at the same time, you know, I can appreciate why not everyone would like it. But I thought I wouldn't like it, so it's a good game overall.
Sweet. So all in all, 2 thumbs
50-50.
up and 2 thumbs. No, 1 thumbs down and 1 middle thumb.
What?
one middle finger.
You unsure there, Nick?
Yeah, I think like maybe if I hadn't just started back to work and maybe had more time to dedicate to it, I maybe could have got more into it. But well,
I genuinely thought Nick would enjoy it. I thought this would be right up your alley, more so than it would be for myself or Alex.
I'm a mystery.
But then again, we thought I wouldn't like Hitman, and I did. So shit happens.
Well, I thought you wouldn't like this game, and I was right. I would just like to point that out.
But yes, before we wrap it up, we have one last order of business. September is coming in, and that means it is Hans's turn to pick a game. Hans, what have you got for us? Dark Souls. All right, see you next time.
No, Nick. I've already got Witcher 3 on the way.
Right, let's take bets. We don't do this, but apparently this one's a big deal for some reason. So we'll take bets.
Well,
Nick,
you dropped
what do
a
you think
big
it's going to
hint
be?
before we started this.
Yeah, well then take a guess. Nick, what do you think it's going to be?
Okay, we need 3 different games, guys. We gotta like.
Okay, Dark Souls.
Okay, Alex, you
Witcher 2.
2. Oh, IY.
God, I hope it's not Witcher 2. A GTA of some kind. And you know what? Fuck it. Skyrim. Fuck it. Skyrim or Fallout. One of those.
God,
kind
I
of
hope
things.
it's not Skyrim.
God, I hope it's not Fallout.
My game. 4 September.
Oh my god. Actually, I hope it's Fallout 4.
Originally released
Wait, what?
in September 17th. Oh, there you go. Playing it September, released in September 2013. My game is GTA 5.
It's actually GTA.
Can't
5.
we all own that? Why'd you say like
Yeah,
what?
No, Nick doesn't.
I do. Just not on Steam.
Yeah, so this was actually a request from one of my mates in work who watches the show.
Right.
He is a big GTA fan. He asked if we could review a GTA game. I thought this is a good idea because we all own it, so it'll be a cheap month.
Like, do we have to play the single player?
Yeah.
Uh,
Why wouldn't we play a single player?
I'm gonna play it in first person.
I might play it in first person.
I've decided. Because it's the only way I haven't played it yet.
So yes, GTA 5.
What do you call your man GTA 5? Is it Trevor?
Trevor, Michael, and Franklin.
Is Trevor the douchey one? Like the extra douchey one?
The maniac.
The maniac.
That is as far as I got in that game because I could not be arsed of his bit before.
I feel you.
So we'll see if I finish the game this.
Sweet.
I don't know if I could be asked with it, like after finishing it.
Too bad, Alex.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, there it is. Join us at the end of September for GTA. I should probably stop saying GTA because Grand Theft Auto 5 V5 end of the episode. It's
I was hoping for Red Dead. That's what I was hoping for.
Oh, that would have been cool.
It's not out on PC. How would we play it? How would I play it?
So it'd be cool. I didn't say it'd be practical.
Yes, so join us at the end of September for Grand Theft Auto 5. But for now, it is a goodbye from Hans.
Have a good one.
It is a goodbye from Alex.
Bye.
It is a goodbye from IY.
Upgrade your nail art.
And a goodbye from me. See you next time.